study. Today I'm going to be reading the Lost Book of Enki. You may have heard of it, you may not have heard of it. But what it deals with is some of the Babylonian texts that were found in the early last century, which really explains all the tales that are told in the Bible. These are where they originate from. So we're going to be starting just by reading from the beginning of the book. We explain more as it goes on. The words of Endubsar, master scribe, son of Eridu city, servant of the Lord Enki. In the 7th year after the great calamity, in the 2nd month, on the 17th day, I was summoned by my master, the Lord Enki, great, benevolent, fashioner of mankind, omnipotent and merciful. I was among the remnants of Eridu who had escaped to the arid steppe, just as the evil wind was nearing the city. And I wandered off in the wilderness to seek withered twigs for firewood. And I looked up into, and behold, a whirlwind came out of the south. There was a reddish brilliance about it, and it made no sound. And as it reached the ground, 4 straight feet spread out from its belly, and the brilliance disappeared. And I threw myself to the ground and prostrated myself, for I knew that it was a divine vision. And when I lifted my eyes, there were 2 divine emissaries standing near me, and they had the faces of men, and their garments were sparkling like burnished brass. And they called me by my name and spoke to me, saying, "You are summoned by the great God, the Lord Enki. Fear not, for you are blessed, and we are here to take you aloft and carry you into his retreat in the land of Megan, on the island amidst the river of Megan, where the sluices are." And as they spoke, the whirlwind lifted itself as a fiery chariot and was gone. And they took me by my hand, each one grasping me by one hand. And they lifted me and carried me swiftly between the earth and the heavens, as the eagle soars. And I could see the land and the waters, and the plains and the mountains. And they let me down on the island at the gateway of the great God's abode. And the moment they let go of my hand, a brilliance as I had never seen before engulfed me and overwhelmed me, and I collapsed on the ground as though voided of the spirit of life. My life senses returned to me as if awakened from a deepest sleep by the sound of the calling of my name. I was in some kind of an enclosure. It was dark, but there was also an aura. Then my name was called again by the deepest of voices, and although I could hear it, I could not tell whence the voice came, nor could I see whoever it was that spoke. And I said, "Here I am." And the voice said to me, "Endubsar, offspring of Endapa, I have chosen you to be my scribe, that you write down my words on the tablets." And all at once there appeared a glowing in one part of the enclosure, and I saw a place arranged like a scribal workplace, a scribe's table and a scribe's stool, and there were finely shaped stones upon the table. But I saw no clay tablets nor containers of wet clay. There lay upon the table only one stylus, and it glistened in the glowing as no reed stylus ever did. And the voice spoke up again, saying, "Endubsar, son of Eridu city, my faithful servant, I am your Lord Enki. I have summoned you to write down my words, for I am much distraught by what has befallen mankind by the great calamity. It is my wish to record the true cusp of the events, to let gods and men alike know that my hands are clean. Not since the great deluge has such a calamity befallen the earth and the gods and the earthlings. But the great deluge was destined to happen. Not so the great calamity. This one, 7 years ago, need not have happened. It could all have been prevented, and I, Enki, did all I could to prevent it. Alas, I failed, and it was fate, or was it destiny? In the future shall it be judged, for at the end of days, a day of judgment there shall be. On that day the earth shall quake, and the rivers shall change course, and there shall be darkness at noon, and a fire in the heavens in the night. The The day of the returning celestial God will it be. Who shall survive, and who would perish? Who shall be rewarded, and who will be punished? Gods and men alike on that day shall be discovered. For what shall come to pass by what had passed shall be determined, and what was destined shall in a cycle be repeated, and what was fated and only by the heart's will occurring for good or ill shall for judgment come. The voice fell silent. Then the great Lord spoke up again, saying, It is for this reason that I will tell the true account of the beginnings of the prior times and of the olden times. For in the past the future lies hidden,